Hello everyone, Railgan here with another game. This time we're helping out Sigil. Actually a 4.6k Master League Zerg, so might be able to see some better play this time. Some good Zerg master play. He wrote me, I played a game a few days ago which had me rethinking a few things about late game CVT. Here's a close 25-minute CVT with some decent rates and a few really awful ones. There's a very important lapse in my macro at 5 minutes as I deal very poorly with harass. I feel this Terran has some great multitask and is consistently pulling me apart. I defend well enough, but it throws me off too much. My creep spread suffered, more often than not, my mindset tunnel visions, and I start making some decisive army movements for usually the worse. I also think I need Vipers or much stronger air upgrades to deal with Liberators, ? I've been falling back into the scared state of mind lately and not making nearly enough drones. So I'm trying to force myself to maintain a solid 75 workers and look harder for times to drone. I think I did this much better than I have been. I consistently replace drones as I lose them and had a strong economy for a lot of the game. That's what he wrote to me about this game. As I kind of gave you his camera, he starts off with the gold base. Can be a bit risky against Reapers, but you're willing to take the risk if you are confident that your opponent doesn't scout there, if you're confident that you're not going to lose too many drones. Feel free. Talked about a lot of problems with harassment and tunnel visioning, so I'm excited to see how this all pans out. How it all works out. Right now, a little bit of a supply block. Supply block coming in. It just takes the third base, so kind of spends his money, right? It's important, even if you get supply blocked, if you forget that one overlord, then just spend your money other ways. Build a gas or build an evolution chamber, I don't know what. Better to spend your money than to not spend it at all. I mean, if you want to build the stuff anyways, just build an evolution chamber if you already have 3 evolution chambers or anything like that. He went for the overlord speed. He hasn't used it at all. Is he the third base? I'm not a fan of getting upgrades just for the sake of getting them. If you get the overlord speed, at least use it, please. 14 drones on the goal is completely fine. 12 drones is of course what you need. 14 drones are a little bit better, technically. The fast 1-1 upgrades, that's okay. The Baneling Nest, okay. The tank drop harassment, well, I mean, we eventually went on to scout over here and saw everything that is happening, that is being built. Oh, he manages to deal with the tank drop. What I usually do is I try to get creep spread down here as quickly as possible, that meaning I hop a creep tumor here and then another one here, kind of like he does, but faster around this area, because you really need to have creep here so you can actually take decent fights. Let's see. We have 4 barracks from the Terran, that's pretty good. Zerg building 3 hatcheries at once. Well, he's only on 1 gas, so I think he has to spend his money somehow. The lair at 6 minutes, completely fine. 6:30 finish. Completely fine. Could be a little bit faster. Now the Liberator. Yep, that's the good old spot. Could have just sniped the Liberator from over here, would have been a lot smarter, I think. Ah, the Queen drop to take care of the Liberator. That's cute play. I mean, now, wait a sec. These are at the 5-minute mark, right? I'm gonna show you guys the time. I don't really care. I want see. Quickly check back to the 5-minute mark. Let's have a look. So you said there was a very big macro mistake. Does he mean this one? 600. Well, I mean, that's why he built the 3 hatcheries at once. Well, he just stopped producing stuff, 1.5k minerals. I didn't even notice. Thank you for telling me that. What? Why did you? Why would you? I mean, yeah. Well, you cannot let that happen. Just spam some drones is what I usually do. If I get harassed, I just spam the drone button or the link button. Or the roach button, I guess. But just spam some units out, you don't really need to think too much. But if you just wait around, then that's not good. Then we have of course this harassment over. I'm gonna speed it up a little bit quickly. Kind of the same thing happens again, right? The macro just stops. You're trying to be very cute with the queen drop and stuff, but the amount of time that you spend not mining does a lot more damage than his harassment actually does. Because you just get so distracted by everything. Then you have Ling Baneling, we have... Maybe just build a spire? So you can actually kill his stuff. I have now you have 2.7k minerals, so I'm really interested how this is going to turn out. Okay, that's cool. That was a decent solution to that problem. You're not morphing an overseer. You know there are widow mines there, just morph an overseer, please. Probably forgot. Over here we have another attack. Okay. That spore crawler is pretty cute, I guess. Now we actually have an overseer. So we have the hive, we have all the upgrades. You're behind, you're way behind. But the problem is just that you cannot spend your money, I think. Yeah, you have a lot of hatches. Well, you lost the hatch over there to the left. But it's 2-2 upgrades against 1-1. So you have a big lead and your units are very efficient, and you're kind of able to spend your money now that the ultras are here. I would appreciate some corruptors nonetheless, or anything at all. It's interesting how this guy just throws stuff at you. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell people, well, just spend your money, right? Because it's not always that easy. There's not always too many tricks to do that. What I do is I just kind of have it in my mind that I constantly spam away at those buttons. I might miss an inject here and there doing that, but I still at least can spend my money. Instantly. So my larva doesn't stockpile. Now you have a lot of ultras. Yeah, I mean, if you have a lot of ultras, then a lot of Terrans are in a really bad spot because they don't know how to deal with them. Now you're building the spire. Well, you had so much money, just build the spire earlier, please. It really helps dealing with harassment to have some corruptors against the liberators, stuff like that, because you could have done things like this way earlier on and it hurts you so much. Liberator, 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 and your entire mining has been shut down and you can't really stop him anymore. My god. Then you have Overlord Speed. Well, if you get Overlord Speed, just build some Overseers. So you can always use them, right? Build 1 or 2. Even if you just need them at home to defend, always use them. The opponent is just kind of macroing, I guess. He can't spend his money either, look at this. It's funny. He probably just doesn't know what to build. He's like, well, what do I need? Ultras, I guess, Liberator. The submarines? I don't know. Corruptors. Yeah, this ultra for drop defense, I guess. I constantly, like when I inject, I check my bases, right? And then I'm like, oh, okay, 4 drones, and I'm just boxing. Shift click 1 drone away and send all the other drones else. Ah, here, just box 5 and send them somewhere else. You get your mining going. Oh, very close. So I'm very interested how this is going to go. Yeah, you said your mechanics are hit or miss, and usually a little slower than people at my level. Yeah, it's not so much about being slow. The problem is that you just kind of have to, in situations like this, or at least in the earlier game when you can't spend your money, just spam your buttons. Now you're kind of at the spot where you don't really have enough income anymore, right? You can also spread the overlords a little bit more to get vision. You have a lot of links. And you're doing a really decent job with all the attacks, mainly because he doesn't really have anything to kill links, right? his units just kind of die, even the force die so quickly against links, of course. Because they don't have armor upgrades and cracklings do a lot of damage. You probably had a pretty good fight against the liberators there, but pay attention. Now you have way too many corruptors all of a sudden in the ultras. You just kind of swing around, right? You're like, now it's time to build the ultras. Okay, 12 ultras, they're dead. Well, now it's time to build 20 corruptors. Corruptors are dead, time to go back to ultras. Yeah. Would be good to just kind of have some of all. I like how he's making the widow mines. Yeah, exactly right. This makes defending a lot easier for Muta. And also expand quicker. There you go, expansion. Spreading creep in the middle of the map can be useful and cute. Not the most important. But it's nice that you do stuff like that. Creative ways make use of your race, especially if you don't know what else to do. Just build more drones, please. If you notice that you're or at least send the drones from that base to another. Yeah. And then the corruptors go in. Yeah, that's a really good trade. Killing the liberators, 2 liberators for a corruptor. Very good. He has a lot of marines. Yeah, they kind of spent all this. Like, I don't understand why Terrans do this. Why would he build only marines right now and he could have just built ghosts or marauders? Like, marauders would have been a lot better than these marines. Rip the drones. Then you take care of this base yet again. Well, rip his mining, I guess. You can save that one. Kind of let your units die, I guess. Queens are dead. Yes. Oh my god, you clumped up all your corruptors. Oh. Wait, let me go back. Now, right here, right? All you have to do is dock, and you win the fight. Also, get better air upgrades, please. It's very important to get air upgrades in the late game if your opponent goes for liberators. And never clump up your corruptors, just spread them out and take the fight. Together with, if the queens were still alive, that would have been an amazing fight. Like this, we're kind of in dire straits. We're now rebuilding the corruptors, but he has 3 air upgrades and you only have 1 carapace upgrade. So of course your corruptors are in a little bit of a problem. Interesting game. But I hope you win this. You don't, right? You don't have any money left. Yeah. So I'm gonna quickly, very briefly give you some tips. Again, reiterate my most important. First of all, always, like, even if you get harassed, just constantly spam away, build drones. It's nice that you pull your workers away to save them, things like that. this is also good with the links and stuff. That was really good defense. But don't get too tunnel vision. I'm gonna check your camp quickly actually for the rest of this game. Yeah, build, check, okay, yeah. Because what's important is that you just constantly build stuff in this game. Now you're spreading out your overlords right now, that's good. See the Liberator, build the Spore, oh, Spore is too late. Just go over here, just go down here with the Queens please next time. And you get way too tunnel vision, as you mentioned. Just break up, break loose and build your units. You have to spend your money, spend your larva constantly. Because you cannot spend your money afterwards. That's kind of one thing that's really hard with Zerg, right? The other races, well, I cannot spend my money. I didn't build something for 1 sec, well I guess I'm just gonna build 4 more barracks and I'm fine. With Zerg it's not that easy because the larva stockpiles and then you miss an inject and then you need like 3 more hatcheries to actually spend your money, or you just need to go a completely different tech path. So just try to spam away at your money. Spend your money, spam it, spam it, spam it. And one other thing that I wanted to mention, should go out of this. I'm going to quickly go through this. Well, defending can be annoying, right? I don't think it was too bad. Everybody takes a little bit of damage here and there. I talked a lot about defense in my other videos, so I don't want to talk about it yet again. It's always the same, right? Learn to split your units. I use F2. I send some units to that base, and I just don't hotkey them and check them manually via the minimap or via the base cam that I have on space. Just do something like that. Find out technique that works for you. There are many. There is more than one solution to that. Build some spores if you do not go for a spire, or better just build a spire and spores. You really need the spire anyways to deal with the liberators. So the queens can be too little in the late game. I mean, I guess some people delay the spire for a long time. Maybe I'm the odd one because I built the spire. I don't know. Just my thoughts on it. Ultras are very good defensive, just send them to each base, kind of, and just spam more drones. Spam drones. Yeah, you're building 23 right now. Nothing wrong with that, just spam more. Because if the drones only turn into a problem if you're maxed and cannot match his army. But that doesn't seem to be a problem this game. The main problem is kind of, well, that you didn't macro for a long time, right? Then you kind of got to a decent spot anyways, and then in the late game you did a lot with the ultras, that was very good. The harassment attacks with the ultras were very well executed. I mean, some went kind of so and so. When you see just liberators and you're attacking a planetary, just pull the ultras away. Ultras are expensive, you don't want to just throw them away. Now you have some corruptors and ultras, that's really good. Corruptors are very useful and much needed units against the liberators, but yet again, right? This is a problem that happened multiple times. I feel like when I watch this, you just kind of freeze, right? What actually happens in your camp? I mean, wait, 1 sec. What are you actually doing here? Why are you microing your links and ultras? What you're supposed to do is, first of all, get more armor upgrades because they will really help a lot against the liberators. Because I think they shoot 4 missiles, so or do they shoot? It's 4. So every time you get shot, every carapace upgrades reduces all the damage you take by 4. So that's a pretty big buff. At the same time, the Liberator also gets 4 plus damage for every missile upgrade that he has, so that's one thing. Second of all, if you get clumped up like this, just try to split. Maybe if you don't know how to split, just do it like this, or like half and half. You kind of need to split. You cannot engage into him like this. The problem is that you, instead of splitting the corruptors, you just micro your ultras like this, right? And your corruptors just kind of clump up and explode. It's like if a Terran would have all his marines on one spot, and you always just fungal baning Sin. Well, Terran just lost 40 supply. Those are pretty much my thoughts. Those are the things that really stuck out to me this game. Split your units, your corruptors and stuff, and get the upgrades. Spend your money, just spam away at the macro. And that's it for me for today. I want to thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!